Okay, want to give all praise to Yahweh by Shem Shai, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And, shalom to the elect. Now, basically, I'm going to come with a video basically stressing the importance of the assembly of the brethren. All right? I'm probably going to name it, let's see, not forsaking the assembly. You know, that's probably going to be the top of the name of the video, which that's the topic that we want to hit on. And through the Spirit of the Lord, be edifying and, you know, brothers grow thereby. All right? Because it's essential in these times, and the scriptures tell you that, you know, it's important for Akim to get together because things happen, man. You know, there's strength in numbers, if you will, when and there's strength in unity. Okay? And the first scripture I got, this is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 22. I'm going to read from 22 to 25. Let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water. Right? So, the word conscience, all right, let me see. I tried to pull this up on, you know, on a Blue Letter and do it on Camtasia, but you know, Satan wouldn't allow it. So I'll just play it this way. All right. This is the word conscious there.
Strong's G 1485. Ethos. Ethos.
Right. Which the word, when you go into it, it says custom, usage, prescribed by law. Okay. Institute, prescription, right. Okay. No, I'm sorry. Wrong word. My bad. Wrong word. Slocky, bear with me 1 second. All right.
Strong's G 4893. Sunaidesis. Sunaidesis.
Right, and that says the conscience of anything, the soul as this distinguishing between what is morally good and bad, prompting to do the former and shun the latter, commending one and condemning the other. The conscience, right? Because that's spiritual discerning. All right, some brothers need more help with discerning. All right, and then it's imperative that, you know, you understand and you get with the brotherhood, and you know, when you're amongst brothers, you get the proper discerning on things, and you learn thereby. All right. So continuing on, it says, "Let us draw near with a true heart, all right, true mind, and full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience, all right, and our bodies washed with pure water." All right, so when you come into this knowledge, you got to remember that you become a new man, and you're going to learn new things. And other brothers are going to bring other things to the table. So therefore, you know, you got to be able to accept that. Okay. Verse 23 says, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promise." Okay, so let me see. I should have the word. What's this here? This is the word profession. Okay. Yep. So this is the word profession. Let me play it real quick.
Strong's G 3671. Hamalagia. Hamalagia.
Right. And the word profession says whom we subjectively whom we profess to be ours. Okay. It says profession, confess what one professes and confess. Okay. So we'll read this again. It says, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith." Right. So we got to hold fast things that we teach as well. Okay, it's not about just saying it. You got to actually do it. All right. And one of the major things that we go out in the streets and teach on Saturday, whatever day you go out and teach, is what? Coming back to the law, statutes, commandments, and not doing wickedness unto your brother. All right. So you can't be talking that during on Saturday out in the streets, out and about. But then when it comes to the week, you just regular Jake. You know, you just back to being Jake all over again, as opposed to actually doing, all right, holding fast to your profession. Okay. Continuing on, it says, without wavering, for he is faithful that promise. All right. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love, right, and to good works. Now, I should have the word consider up here, right? Now, you would think, you know, let me say this, you gotta have consideration of another brother's circumstances. That's another major key ingredient in this truth. Because everything ain't all about you. Remember, we're a part of a body. Okay, just because you up and moving, you're coasting in the spirit, you got to consider your brother, man. You got to take heed to your brother's spirit. All right. A lot of brothers like that video that we did in the Hebrew is where it's he said shalomka, mashalom tawab. You say, you know, that's basically a greeting. That goes back to the ancient world, how we used to greet each other. It's basically, how's your peace? All right. How's your spirit? How's your spirit holding up? You should be observing, all right, and understanding, as the definition. I'm gonna play the word in a second. As it says for the word consider, you have to understand and take heed to your brother's circumstances, man. All right, you never know what a brother could be going through, man. All right, so that's why, again, going into the topic at hand, you know, not forsaking the assembly. All right. Why? Because brothers are going through things. You could build a brother's spirit up, man. You never know what a brother could be going through. The scripture says what? A cheerful heart will sustain infirmities, man. These infirmities, these main infirmities, is what? The scripture says what? Give me any plague but the plague of the heart. All right? So a brother's heart might be plagued, so to speak, in the sense that, you know, he's catching hell and, you know, all kind of misery, and Satan hitting him from all different angles. You should be there to lift the brother up. All right? And I'm going to play the word, and I'm going to read the definition.
Strong's G 2657. Katanaeo. Katanaeo.
Right, and that's the word for consider, right? Have consideration. A lot of Jake wasn't brought up with consideration for someone else, man. You know, that goes back to that womanly spirit again, man, because women are about themselves. All right? As men growing up in the faith, you have to understand that you're responsible. You know, you're your brother's keeper, man. That was the downfall of Cain. He said, well, it wasn't his downfall, but that was his statement. Am I my brother's keeper? Meaning, am I supposed to be watching over my brother? Well, the answer to that is yes. You see how Esau conducts. You know he doesn't watch over his brother, so to speak. All right, because you got Amalek ruling, but they don't give a fuck about Teman. They don't care about all the other sons of Esau. All right. So we're not supposed to conduct in that manner. Look at Esau himself. Esau was shameless, man. You know, that's why the scripture says that if any be any fornicator such as Esau, all right, who sold his birthright for one morsel of meat, he wasn't in consideration. All right. So the word for consider is to perceive, remark, with a definition, to observe, understand, to consider attentively, fix one's eyes or mind upon. All right. So again, you're supposed to be watching your brother, man. You're supposed to be watching for if dude that you call a brother is really a nigga. All right, to call it all the way straight. Okay. We want to get up out of here. We trying to, you know, purify the body. We trying to wash the body like the scripture says, man. Okay? So, continuing on, verse 24, it says, and let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. Now, let me go here. I got the word for provoke queued up. Like I said, I wanted to basically do this on Camtasia. The microphone wasn't working. You know, I wanted to show the definition and everything, you know, but I'll just deal with it the way I can, you know. Time is of the essence, man, you know. The days are drawing nearer to where, hey, man, you may not be able to be around the brotherhood as much, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, look, this is what the word for provoke is.
Strong's G 3948.
All right.
Paroxysmos.
Right. Now it says an enticement, right? That's the first definition. Now the second definition is irritation. So let's read this again. This is and let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. You're supposed to be irritating your brother, man. All right? You're supposed to be getting on his nerves about good works. All right? You're supposed to that's the part of the building up the body, staying on the task at hand, man. All right. The scripture also too says what? If you see a man of understanding, wear out the steps of his door, man. All right. So you're supposed to be constantly amongst the brotherhood as much as possible. You know, checking in on brothers, making sure brothers is built up in the faith. All right. Making sure brothers ain't wavering. You know, and for your own benefit as well too. Why? Because it's an exchange, man. Both brothers is going to eat. All right? That's the beauty of this, man. All right? This ain't not a one-sided affair because you may know more than another brother and another brother may not know as much that you can't learn from him. You lost already if you got that in your mentality, all right? So, continuing on, this is verse 25. Verse 25, it says, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, right, as the manner of some is. Okay, so this is the word for assembling, right? I'm gonna play it. Oh, I don't think there's a word. It doesn't have the volume for it. He doesn't say it, you know. However, the definition says a gathering together in one place, the religious assembly of Christians. Now, when you go into the scriptures and what the assembly was, remember the scripture says what? The Most High doesn't dwell in temples made with hands. Why? Because our bodies are the temples, all right? So let me go here. This is what I want to do. I want to go to the book. This is the book of Philemon, all right? The book of Philemon. I'm going to read the prologue, just a little bit of it, and then I'm going to go into it. This is the book of Philemon. And this is the prologue in my scriptures. It has that, you know, right there. Okay, it says, does Christian brotherly love really work, even in situations of extraordinary tensions and difficulties? Will it work? For example, between a prominent slave owner and one of his runaway slaves, Paul has no doubt. He writes a postcard to Philemon, his beloved brother and fellow worker, on behalf of Onesimus, a deserter, thief, and formerly worthless slave, but now Philemon's brother in Hamashiach. All right. Now I'm gonna just read this real quick. This is Philemon 1:1. There's only one chapter. Paul, a prisoner of Hamashiach Yahushua, and Timothy, our brother, unto Philemon, our dearly beloved and fellow laborer, and to our beloved Epaphia and Agrippus, our fellow soldier, in the church in thy house. All right. Because a lot of times when you see in the scriptures, all right, you had another scenario where Peter was arrested, all right, and where did he flee to? He fled back when, you know, Peter was arrested. He was thrown in jail, but the angels of the Lord opened up the jail, and he fled back. I forget whose house it was. It was a woman's house, but she was obviously a believer, man. So going back, the assembly, and it says a place and one together, what do most brothers do? Especially brothers that I know from, you know, GMS brothers, if you will. You know, what happens after camp? You know, you go to a brother's house, man. Or whatever designated place there is. But a lot of times it be brother's house, man. All right? And hey, man, that's the point. The scripture says what? Money is a defense. So if you got a brother and he got a little change or whatever the case is, he got a little money and he got a crib or whatever, you're supposed to take advantage of it, man. All right? You're supposed to take advantage of these opportunities that we have in the spirit, man. It's said to irritate them, you know? All right? So I'm going to go back. This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 25. Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much more as ye see the day approaching. Right? What day is that? The day of the Lord. All right? The day of Yahweh's return. The day of the time of Jacob's trouble, where you ain't gonna have the opportunity to have much assembly amongst your brothers that you go to war with, man. So you're supposed to take advantage of it, man. Why? Because you see the days coming. All right? The scriptures say that. I know a lot of brothers say that out, in the camps and stuff like that. You're gonna be one day, we ain't gonna be able to see brothers and stuff like that. Well, act like it. All right? So this is what I got. I got some other stuff, Well, them brothers bear with me. All right? This is Hebrews chapter 13. Okay? Right. Hebrews chapter 13. I have Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1. Let brotherly love continue. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. Remember then that them that are in bonds as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity as being yourselves also in the body. Right, because when you see a brother, that's catching hell, you're supposed to act like it's your hell too, man. All right, the scripture says what? I do got that written down. I'll get it. This is Mark chapter 12, verse 30. Okay, Mark chapter 12, verse 30. It says, and thou shalt. I'll read 28. And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, which is the first commandment of all? And Yahushua answered him, the first of all commandments is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one. Oh, right? Verse 30 says, and thou shalt love Yahweh thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment, right? And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Okay? There is none other commandment greater than these. So going back to verse 3 in Hebrews 13, remember them that are in bonds as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity as being yourselves also in the body. Now, you're not supposed to just love your brother. You're supposed to love your brothers as yourself. So if you catching hell, you going through this, that, and the third, how would you want to be treated? Okay? You will want to hear nourishing words, man. All right? You will want to be nourished in the spirit. You will want someone to build you up one way or another. You will want to be built up. All right? And you can't be proud to where, I don't want no help. This, that, and the third, I don't need help. All right? We all need help, man. The scripture says, Paul said what? Therefore, when I'm weak, therefore I'm strong, man. So you got to admit that you're weak in order to be built up, man. It's another thing, all right? So it says, okay, that was it on that. Salakia. All right? All right, let me just get this real quick. All right, this is John. This is John chapter 15, verse 13. And it says, start verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Right, and one thing that made me think of this, is that, I was doing a little workout or whatever, and somebody said, oh, you got blood on you, or whatever the case is, right? And I looked at him and said, man, I'm supposed to have blood, man. Pretty much like, if it ain't no blood, man, it ain't no real effort, man. All right? And I really felt that way. And I know it's all in the spirit, you know? But at the end of the day, that's what the greatest love that Yahweh Shai shed for us was what? The blood, when he shed his blood, man. All right? And you got to grasp that concept in your mind, man. That one day you may have to lay down your blood for your brother, man. You talking about you love your brother, right? Okay? Yahweh Shai said you ain't got there ain't no greater love than you basically shedding blood for your brother, man. You lay down your life for your brother, man. Whether it be spiritually or physically, man. Because in another way you lay down your life for your brother is you put away your own affairs, you put away your own lust that's gonna help and benefit another brother, man. Okay? That's a man that's truly in this truth. Okay? Not a man that knows 50,000 scriptures. Because you got guys out there that know all this. They could go to mad breakdowns, go to all the precepts and line up 4 or 5 precepts during camp and do all kind of cutting to a nigga in the world. Right? But when it comes to these main things, they ain't got it, man. Therefore, they not really in the truth, man. All right? So, all right, what else I got, man? This is yeah, right, okay, let me get that. This is First Timothy. This is First Timothy. 1 second. First Timothy chapter 3. I'm gonna start from the top. Right, because you got guys that they slice and dice in the scriptures, and they you got people they're around, they're around. Even you got to check yourself too. Sometimes Satan get in your mind, make you try to think you bigger than what you are, man. All right. So, but you got to humble yourself. Now you got guys out there that think that they're bigger than what they are. But let's see, and think that they're elders and think that they are masters in this truth, if you will. All right. Let's see what the scripture says about a man, a bishop, the elder, man. All right. So this is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desire a good work. Right. Because too much is given, much is required, man. All right. If you want to be a elder in the church, you want to have that status, there's nothing wrong with it if you're doing it for the right reasons. Okay. Continuing on, it says, a bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, okay, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach. Okay, when you giving the hospitality, you ready to open your doors for one another, man. There ain't no man. You not. The best way I could put it is that a real leader wants the followers around. Why? So he could teach the right way, man. That's what they say, given to hospitality. Someone that's hospitable has his door open all the time. All right? If you ain't got your door open all the time, what good is all that knowledge that you possess? Okay? Continuing on, it says, not given to wine, nor striker, not greeter of filthy lucre, but patient, not a brawler, not covetous, one that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of the Most High? Right, and not every brother got his own house, but more so spiritually, you gotta rule your house, meaning rule your body, man. A well-disciplined brother. Okay, that's essentially what it's talking about, man. You got a man that's well-disciplined, but the main thing that we want to hit on is the hospitality aspect, man. You could be big bad in the scriptures, but you ain't giving the hospitality, then you ain't on no level, man. And thus saith the Bible, man. All right? Sun la Biblia, if you ain't understanding English. All right? This is, right. This is, Titus. This is the book of Titus, chapter 1. And I'm going to start at verse 8. All right? No. All right. I'm gonna start at verse 7. For the same, it's going to the same thing, but he made a couple of different details to Titus, as he said to Timothy, right? All right, because Titus and Timothy were sent out to different churches to establish order. All right. It says, for a bishop must be blameless as a steward of the Most High, meaning a servant. Okay. Because a steward is what? It's like basically like a butler. When you go to a man's house, when you went to a ruler's home, when you went to a man that had much substance, he had a steward. The steward would open the door, make sure you had water. All right. Make sure you. Oh, let me take your coat for you. Hang it up for you. You know, take your. Oh, let me get your shoes for you. You know, here, have a seat. You want anything to drink? You want anything to eat? All right. That's what a steward. That's what basically a butler would do. Make sure you're comfortable in his house, in another man's house, which the house is really the house of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So a steward makes sure you're good in the house of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Continuing on, it says, not self-willed, not soon angry, not given to wine, no striker, not given to filthy lucre, but a lover of hospitality. The same thing. A lover of good men. We know who the good men are. The good men is the one that have the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of this truth, man. You got, man, these dudes ain't got it, man. You know, I'm really talking about ITR, Sakari. Y'all ain't got it, man. The true believers in this word is the ones that love the brotherhood, man. All right? That's what it's all boiled down to, man. You so-called one body in Yahweh Shai, you know, you ain't got it, man. You just knock it off, man. You know, you guys don't know about brotherhood, man. You can't, this is not about going out and just saying the white man's the devil. Like Apostle Tahar always says. The truth is not about just calling the white man the devil, man. All right? Because you got the Black Panthers, they call the white man the devil, right? It was another nigga that sold the Black Panthers out. All right? You got Malcolm X. The white man was the devil, right? His own Jake sold him out. All right? There you go. So it's about brotherly love, man. Okay? It's about hospitality amongst the brethren, man. Being meek. Remember, Yahweh Shai said, you know, he said, the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but do the ministering. Why? Because the word minister means to serve, man. All right? That's a part of humility. A lot of guys ain't got that, man. Okay? Continuing on, it says, but a lover of hospitality, a lover of good men, sober, just, holy, and temperate, holding fast the faithful word as he had been taught, right? Not backbiting, anything like that. That he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. All right, now I'll say this too. Now you got gainsayers in your camp. How you gonna know who the gainsayers in your camp is if you ain't around them? That's how you avoid a friction on when you go out on Saturday or whatever day you go out. All right? Why? Because you trimming the fat and you purging the leaven during the week. So by the time Saturday comes, all right, somebody confused about a breakdown, they bring it out, and you at camp like, nah, I don't mean that. And in his mind, he's like, oh, that's what it means. And it happens, but it ain't supposed to happen. You know what helps that? During the week, while brothers are not at camp, you congregate together and you break bread, and then you be built up in the spirit. Things that you thought was on point may not be right. You know how you fix that? Getting amongst the brethren, man. Again, with 2 or 3 gathered in my name, there I am in the midst. All right? So I'm going to continue on. That's the point right there, man. All right? Got a couple more. Okay, I'm about to close in a minute. All right? Make sure I got everything, though. Okay. You know, I'll bring this out. You know, this is Malachi chapter 4. Okay. This is the book of Malachi. Malachi in the Hebrew, which means angel or messenger. All right. That's what the scripture says. What? Be not leery to entertain strangers unaware. Because some thereby they might be angels. Right? Why? Because they could be actually men of the Lord. All right? That's what it's talking about. And it's also talking about, too, you know, angels that spiritually come into manifest themselves as people on earth. All right? But it's also talking about men of the Lord, too. All right? So this is Malachi chapter 4. I'm gonna start at verse 2. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves on the store. Right? And that's the point, because being that we have the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we have healing as well. Because you know another brother may be down, like I was talking about earlier, but you may be able to heal him. All right? Right? In verse 3 it says, ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, saith Yahweh of hosts. And that, we know that's manifested later on, you know, when the Lord put that spirit on his men, he lifts up that standard, you know. But also too is talking about these wicked spirits that are amongst us today. That's another thing. And I want to say this, I'm glad I did read this, because like I said in the live show, you got Esau coming together. You got the Bohemian Grove. You got all these congressional speeches, the UN meetings, and Esau actually gets together on the left-hand side. They pray to the spiritual demon Satan. Okay? And that's why you have all manner of foulness and wickedness and witchcraft in this world. So Esau is fulfilling his blessing when they come together. All right? When you look in the scriptures, a lot of times when things will manifest, especially spiritual powers, because you got a lot of brothers talking about, oh, spiritual power, spiritual power. Everybody want to kill something, stomp something out. Everybody want to do that. When you go into the spiritual gifts, there is the gift of healing, all right? The gift of tongues, which is all going to come by way of the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right? And I'll bet dollars to donuts that's not going to happen just by yourself. The spiritual powers is going to arrive with brothers in unity coming together, all right? While they're together, all right? 2 or 3 gathered in my name, there I am in the midst, okay? So when Esau gets together and they do these rituals, they do blood sacrifices, you know, they do, you know, sacrificing babies and all kind of craziness, man. They're not doing it in vain. So when it comes down to this truth, brothers are supposed to be congregating together because there's power in it, man. All right? So I'm going to close off with this scripture, man. This is Sirach, chapter 25. Okay? This is Sirach, chapter 25, verse 1. In 3 things I was beautified and stood up, beautiful both before the Most High and men. The unity of brethren, the lover of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together. But that's the point right there. The scripture said that he was beautified both before the Most High and men. All right, so the main thing we want to hit on is that it's beautified by the Most High, man. That what? When you have the unity of brethren, man. All right, because there's strength in unity of brethren, man. All right, and things will be made manifest. That's why brothers have to have confidence in yourselves and in one another. The word confidence means what? With faith. So if you have faith, what? Scripture says faith the size of mustard seed, you shall move mountains, right? So if brothers get together in faith, think major things can happen. All right? Hey, but with that, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, double honor to our apostles and elders of great millstone. Shalom to the elect. All right? Shalom.